Hi, welcome to the Shelly Studio, and today I'm going to create a mini art book out of this tag from some clothing I purchased. Now, this video is part of the Art Joy of Sharing Facebook group, hashtag AJOS 2019. We're a group of artists that have been invited by Art Joy of Sharing to share art videos about different subjects, and this month we are introducing you to new channels or picking a smaller channel that we like, that inspires us and we thought you might be interested in. Now, everybody else does this a little bit differently than I do, but I pick one and then I create something inspired by that YouTube channel. So I picked Messy Table Studios, and that is Vicky, and she has recently been showing these little mini art books that she's been creating, and I just love them. I told her on her last video I saw that it could be a great art show, you know, all these little it could just be a little show with all these miniature art books. Wouldn't that be fun? I think it'd be cool. Anyway, so I had this tag, I'd watched her video, and I was inspired to create my own little miniature art book. So that's what I'm doing. Now I will put a link to her channel and maybe a couple of her books in the description box below, so make sure you check that out. You can also check out the Art Joy of Sharing Facebook group. There's a group of artists there that will be sharing other channels. Most of them usually show you the channel and have a bunch of channels. I just pick one because I really like creating something rather than just showing you a computer screen. So that's how I work, I guess. And that's why I watch videos, to be inspired to create something new and different and fun. So I am just taking some deli paper that has a jelly print on it and using it to wrap the outside of this to make my cover. And I am using DecoArt's Decoupage, I believe that's what it is, to glue it down. And don't you hate it when it's like near the bottom of the jar? So I have to look in every time to see if I'm reaching it or not. And just simply folding it around, tucking in the corners so that they don't stick out weirdly, catch on anything, and just using an old card to smooth it out. Alright, so this is just a piece of scrapbook paper that I'm going to use for the inside, and I'm just, it's still wet, just putting a mark on there so I know how long I want it. And this strip was actually this size. I didn't cut it down or anything. I'm just using up a bunch of scraps, just random colorful fun paper that I've got laying around. Originally, I had planned on using the holes that I'm just covering up now in the center to hold my other papers in, but I end up punching holes with a hole punch instead. I'd really like to get me one of those eyelet setter punch things, because it'd be a lot easier than what I'm doing here. I'm making my own hole reinforcements. It's just another piece of painted cardstock, and it's just a teeny strip, so those aren't quite circular, but they'll work. And because the fold on the tag was so close to the edge, this part kind of sticks over the edge, but I just work with it. I'm using Fabri-Tac. I thought that'd be nice and secure to hold that in place. And I'm just trying to put it below the fold. And hoping that it's in a good spot. Yeah, I think a brad would have been really nice there. And then this section, I probably put it too close to the top, yet again. But I'm just going to glue some hole reinforcements on the outside. I don't do it on the inside, I just do it on the outside. And my hole punch is so big. I went looking, I could have swore I had a smaller punch, but apparently I don't. I'll get those on and just trim them because they hang over the edge just a little bit. Sorry, I'm kind of off screen there a little bit. And then we're going to put some on the back side. Don't forget to check out the links below and go check out Messy Table Studio and show her some love, watch her videos, subscribe if you like what you see, leave her a comment, tell her I said hi. Alright, so I've got those on there. And I think I do trim them up just a little bit more. Not the greatest skill, I guess. But it works, right? I kind of think of it like a matchbook. It's like a matchbook art book that's going to be holding some fun paper. So here's a bunch of scraps that I have, and I measure this and just to see what size I want the paper, and I do actually end up writing this down so that I wouldn't forget. So it's 6 by 3 or 3 by 6. You get it. So I've cut a bunch of strips. Some of them aren't quite 3 inches wide, but I made sure they were all 6 inches long, and folding them in half. And now I'm gonna, let's see, we're gonna put the foam down. Make sure I get them all together. So my hole's kind of close to the edge. And then we're gonna poke a hole. Decided I would just poke a hole rather than punch, because I would have to punch them all individually because my punch would not go through all that. And I end up just using some baker's twine. And I'm just going to thread that through the hole and use that to attach the pages. Now that does limit the ability to open, and I was just thinking it was kind of fun. I wasn't really thinking about that at the time. So I do modify it a little bit. And it would be best to, the part where I put a crease in it afterwards, would be best to do that before I covered it with the deli paper, and then get the fold moving while the glue is still wet from the Mod Podge from gluing it on. Just so that it moves a little bit better, kind of like the bottom flat moves pretty good. This one, when I do it, it kind of cracks it a little bit. See how it's kind of tight, and I'm thinking, oh, I think I put the ribbon in first before I decide to crease the top. So my ribbon wasn't long enough, so I punched a hole in it, and we're gonna thread this through and loop that around and use that to hold it on, and then I can wrap the ribbon all the way around the book to hold it closed. And this is just kind of cheap fabric. It's not baby wipe, but it has that same sort of texture. So it's just inexpensive. It was clean up, you know, random stuff. So I'm gonna actually glue and fold this end up a little bit to help reinforce it so I don't tear all the way through if I pulled on that. And it's sticking to my fingers. Having a hard time getting it to stay. Okay. There we go. So I let that dry, and now I just use that, and there it is. Voila! Isn't that cute? So when I open it here, I'm like, oh, I don't like that I can't cover, so I'm going to crease it and fold it back, which I would suggest doing before everything, again, because you can't really see it, but it does crack the deli paper design when I do it a little bit. Yeah. So there it is. Now it'll open easier. And we have all these pages. And I do end up sticking a little quote in there. You'll see it in one of the pictures at the end. I hope you like that. Go check out her channel. Link in the description box below. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. And if you'd like to see more from me, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.